Mr. 20 West, why is the reason that you started riding?
Okay, let me tell you. Alright, because I told the story before, so I gotta tell it the same way with the same type of like hyperness. So really, okay, I was 23 and I said to myself, I gotta do something to bring some type of excitement to my life. Because I mean, I was going to work and stuff and that was fine, and I was going to the club and stuff and that was just like, alright, but that gets old real quick. And I felt like I needed a hobby, right? I needed something that was better than a hobby. Better than jumping off a plane, and better than flying a plane, better than racing in my goddamn own car on Moreland. I needed something that was just like it. And for me, that was bike life. And I talked to my cousin about motorcycles and stuff. We went back and forth about it. And of course, you know, you got video games like Grand Theft Auto just make you want to be on a motorcycle or whatever. And I went out and I bought a helmet. And I wore that helmet for like a month straight. Just like everything. Like, I go to the store with the helmet. I know people was probably looking at me like I was crazy. I was walking around my house with it. I would go to the gym with it. I would ride my bicycle with it. Like, I had that helmet on every day. And the only reason, like, the reason I had it on every day was motivation. I said, if I can wear this helmet and get used to it being on, I can ride a motorcycle, man. No problem. No problem. So, after that, I really went out and I got my first motorcycle. And it was my first trip by myself that really made it just locked it in for me. And I felt that sun on me, and I felt like every street light was amazing, and everybody just looked at me, and I'm just like, man, this is it. I feel great. And the first time I went out by myself was the first time that I actually crashed my bike. That was the first accident I've ever had in my whole entire life. So it was just like, yeah. And that still, it did nothing. I broke my thumb, I lost all the skin on my arm, and I was like, yeah, I lost my best friend, and it was like, this is the way of life right here, dog. This is it. It was worth it.
Okay. So you still felt dedicated and motivated to continue to ride.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I remember in our last interview, you talked about bikes and things of that nature, how you felt, I guess, positive vibes, some type of orientation with bike life. Where you go from there?
Oh, okay. Straight up. Alright, so listen. You feel a sense of calmness when you get on your motorcycle and you crank it up and you get to looking out there in the distance and you just like, bruh, like, this is it. You feel peace. And a lot of people, they call it two-wheel therapy. And what they mean by that is when your life just gets totally out of hand, no matter how you get on your bike, you have the same ride, the same calming effect of your exhaust, the same takeoff speed, the same feeling every time you get on your bike. This is the one thing that just doesn't change as long as you stay on top of your maintenance and stuff like that. But It's the one thing that just stays solid. And that peace is the same peace that I try to put into my life. It's the same thing that I follow every day, is just remain positive. Remain on that throttle and feel good, man. It's crazy that it's like meditation. It's really like therapy.
Speaking of meditation, that then brings me to how the motor and yoga, how I've, incorporated those two things into one. How would you describe the motor and yoga in your life?
Okay. Well, see, I'm brand new into the yoga world. Now,
Okay.
I used to practice meditation a long time ago, back in the day. I used to just like sit there in these weird poses and just like look at the wall. And it's crazy, and I'll be like, and I sit like Indian style and just sit there and do that. And when I finally met you and got into this yoga thing, I felt that same peace and calmness. It's like some of the movements, such as like the tree pose, something like this, it just feels peaceful. And I like to think of the same expression all the time. Have you ever heard the tree fall? What happens if the tree falls in the forest? Do you hear it? And the answer is like, no, because you ain't there, right? So the same thing is with yoga. If you're not practicing yoga, you're not really feeling the peace. If you've never really did it, then you're not feeling it. And the same thing is riding motorcycle. If you never ever rode a motorcycle or been on a motorcycle, you don't know the feeling until you try it. So
Okay.
it's very peaceful, man. and it brings positivity. You know, anything that brings positivity into your life, you should actually go out and practice. Okay. You really should, as long as it's legal, not illegal now.
No, yeah, let's not go down that road.
All right, okay.
So, speaking of the positive aspect of it, how do you feel as far as having a partner that enjoys the same things, as far as the positivity, the world of bikes and things of that nature?
Okay. Having a partner that's into bike life just as much as me, that's into riding a motorcyclist as well as me, like it's crazy. It's wild, because sometimes I sit there and I think about a helmet, and I might say, hey, how you feel about this helmet? And you be like, oh my God, I can't wait to get my next helmet, because that helmet, that's it. And it's just like having somebody be in the same hobby as you and way of life and see things the same way as you is just amazing. And I'm definitely thankful to have you in my life. And just to have that, we can share experiences. We can ride out and see the sunset together, and we see it in different ways, but it's still the same way on two wheels. And it's just like, that's wonderful. That's great. You don't get that too many times. You don't have that. And a lot of times, that's how you bring some type of calmness in your life, positive vibes and good moments. Because that's what life is just good moments. And when you have somebody that can share that same good moment, that's cool, bro. That's cool.
Okay. Well, before we conclude, what tips or advice would you give someone, being as myself a new rider, or anyone else that's a new rider, or someone that's looking to get into this world of bikes?
Okay. See, this is a good question. Get close. Okay, listen. If you're getting into motorcycles, or if you're in motorcycles, or if you're even thinking about motorcycles, I'm going to tell you the advice that I've gotten from riders that's been in the game for 30 to 45 years, that done rode from Hayabusas to 250 to 500s to H2s. Ride your ride. Don't go out and purchase a bike to try to keep up with some people. You're getting out here to have your own experiences. If somebody tell you, hey, don't get that smaller bike because, man, you ain't going to be able to keep up with us. You're not getting a bike to keep up with folks. You're getting a bike to live your own way, man, to do your own thing, to ride your own ride. So the best advice I can give to somebody that's trying to get into it, or that's already into it, man, just ride your own ride. Ride what you're comfortable doing, man. Don't try to follow anybody. We ain't, as bikers, we're not out here trying to follow somebody else. We're riding our own wave.
Okay. Well, thank you, as always, participating in today's yoga.
Yeah.
The Confessions of Yoga the Biker.
And Mr. 20 West, I'm in the building. This is what I do. It's your boy.
All right. Until next time, we out.
Peace. Okay.